Tony was the top scorer in the National College Entrance Exam, yet he shocked everyone by rejecting offers from both Oxford and Cambridge, and instead chose to repeat a year of high school. The media present were stunned, but Tony remained calm and confident, because no one knew that the moment he saw his exam results he had activated a life choice system. The system offered him two options: first, apply to a top university and receive $75 million, second, repeat a year and gain the skill of perfect exam performance. Upon hearing this, Tony immediately realized that with such a skill, he could not only break score records, but also help solve major problems facing human civilization, so he chose to repeat. His decision quickly drew widespread controversy. Many mocked and doubted him, but Tony didn't care. Soon it was time for the exam again, and Tony arrived at the venue full of confidence. A rich kid laughed at him, boasting that he would defeat Tony and become the new exam king. Tony glanced at him once and said nothing. The first exam began. Most students panicked upon seeing the difficult questions, but as soon as Tony read them, the full answers formed in his mind. Within just 30 minutes, he had completed the paper, and requested to submit early. The proctor thought he was giving up, while the rich kid in the back shouted mockingly, claiming Tony's early submission was just a stunt to draw attention. But Tony's true goal was to raise the difficulty of the college entrance exam, to push the boundaries of human academic potential. The proctor suddenly realized Tony was last year's top scorer, and offered him another chance to stay, but Tony simply smiled and declined, then turned and walked away. The proctor said nothing more, but when she flipped open his test paper, she was utterly stunned. Then came the math exam. As soon as Tony received the paper, the answers once again flooded his mind. While others went pale at the problems, Tony had already finished. He handed in the paper in under 15 minutes, shocking both students and teachers. Many believed he had scribbled randomly. Even the proctor didn't understand the advanced formulas he had used. But Tony wasn't just taking the exam, he was pushing the limits of human intellect. On the third day, he finished both the English and science exams in record time, again submitting early. When the teachers graded his papers, they were amazed by the elegance of his essays. Yet they still didn't know that Tony had used 4 different methods to solve a single math problem. Some teachers thought he was just showing off, until the English teacher read his essay, and proclaimed, "He writes poetry better than Shakespeare." Everyone was left speechless. Soon it was results day. Tony's homeroom teacher harshly criticized him, saying his early submissions disrupted exam order, and dragged down the class average. He demanded that Tony go on stage and apologize, but little did they know, Tony's perfect scores had drawn the attention of top education officials. One of them had even booked a private jet to come recruit him, and elite universities from around the world were already racing to offer him admission. Even the president of Tsinghua University had arrived at the school to meet him. Meanwhile, Tony was still being pressured to bow to his classmates. He calmly asked, "If I dragged your average down, shouldn't you all apologize to me instead?"